Our first instinct when we get a tax refund might be to splurge on something for ourselves, but there are ways to make that money work all year long. Local financial advisor Brad Allen from Drake and Associates with some ways to think differently about the refund. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always like you dream big, trip or something like that, but that's not the wisest thing to do with a refund.
It's true. Everybody looks at a refund as kind of this bonus to use for a vacation or those kind of things. But especially after the year that we had, a lot of folks are struggling and a lot of things going on. So I think the first thing that you might be able to think about with this refund is paying off some of that high interest debt. And there's good debt, there's bad debt, there's mortgages that are going to be lower interest rate and those kind of things. But when you talk about bad debt, you're talking about credit card debt, and you have high interest payments, and that starts to add up over time. So what is the best way to start paying down some of that debt? And a refund is a great place to start. If you can start paying that down or pay it off completely, you're not going to have that expense anymore. And then look at your emergency fund as well. That's kind of the next one. And in emergency fund, we found out how important that actually is. Last year, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people were furloughed. There was a lot going on last year, and a lot of folks had to dip into that emergency fund. So it's so important to put 3 to 6 months worth of expenses away. And that emergency fund is not a Cancun fund, right? That is not something you can dip into for traveling. That is for emergencies, and if you have to take from it, make sure to replenish it too for the next emergency down the road. Things do happen. You want to be prepared for that. And
then you say go to your to-do list. If there's a car repair that needs to happen, maybe think about doing that.
That's right. Yeah. If stuff is going to come down the road, maybe tackle it now instead of waiting. The other things too are what can you do to improve things like your house? Maybe you can paint some walls or add a backsplash to the kitchen or remodel a bathroom. Maybe that money could go to good use to up the property value, up the equity in the asset that you already have. So these are things to think about. How can I benefit from this later on down the road by making these small improvements along the way?
So, Brad, let me ask you, because you've offered 3 really strong ideas. 1, pay off high interest. 2nd, emergency fund. 3rd, maybe car repair. Is this the order that you would tackle your outstanding debts? Is this what you would do first in this order?
Everybody's going to be a little bit different, and everybody has a different scenario and different goals ahead of them. And it kind of depends on where you are in life as well. I think these are really good orders to take. You want to pay off high interest debt so you can save more money in the future, or, do these kind of things. But also think about, what are your plans for the future? When are you going to retire? If you're 20 years old, 30 years old, maybe you have plenty of time, but now is a good time to start thinking about how much should I be putting away for my future as well, and everybody's going to retire, whether it's next year or 30 years from now. You want to plan accordingly for that and make sure you're putting enough away today in those retirement accounts, the 401ks, IRAs, all those different retirement accounts to be there for you later so you can maintain that same lifestyle and hit those goals you want to achieve.
So important. And the refund may be your way to jump start that if you've had trouble throughout the year of starting the savings or paying things down. Brad Allen, thank you so much. With your help, I may actually be able to retire.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great day.